Well, I'm really excited. I'm here today with Philip Tan, my cohort. I think we call you my cohort. Philip is now president of the Philippines region for the BYU Management Society. And we're really excited about this because we really feel like Philippines is a huge growth area for the BYU Management Society going forth. And we're really pleased to have Philip with us. Philip, as many people that are probably listening to this or join the Management Society or members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, how many missions does the Philippines have now? Do you know?
I think 26 missions. So
26
that's
missions. Wow. So that's a lot of missions.
I think it's
So when you consider how many missions there are, we can figure out there's a lot of members there. I think over 900,000. And
yeah.
so there's a lot of potential of growth for the BYU Management Society in the Philippines. Why don't you tell
Mhm.
us a little bit about what you're doing? I know we've talked before, but um, maybe you could update our listeners and everyone about what the BYU Management Society in the Philippines is doing and what some of your plans are going forward for 2026 and beyond.
Well, we're of course promoting the major core programs of BYU Management Society, launching leaders, the young professional mentoring program, the boot camps. So since last year, of course, as we know, the Management Society in the Philippines has grown. So we started with four chapters last. Well, we originated the four chapters last year, and then this year we added another chapter for the Metro Manila, where the bulk of our professionals and entrepreneurs are. So we need to make sure that we use them and we can engage them as professionals and mentors for the young members of the society. As
Can
to
I
our
ask? Can
plans,
I ask a quick question about your chapters?
mhm.
So, you said Metro Manila is where a lot of your professionals are. So, are you going to be working the chapters differently between the Metro Manila and the others? Will they be about the same?
The same, I think, but definitely we can get tap a lot of resources within the Metro Manila area because a lot of people congregate in the city, and of course, you can see a lot of high-level professionals who can help us mentor the young people.
Great, great. So, why don't you explain to our listeners, in case they don't know, about each of the programs that you spoke about? And of course, we can't forget our business plan competition, which usually has many Filipino winners.
Yeah, that's good. So launching leaders, we're excited about that. We had several batches last year, particularly the chapter leaders went through that. Of course, we were partnering with the academy as well, so we had a lot of our members from the Academy for Creating Enterprise. Their own officers also attended the program, and it is making a lot of change in terms of personal leadership, for people to increase their capacity to improve themselves. And so we are excited to further roll that out as we work with institutes of religion, uh, the turning missionaries, as we work also with the WSR. We're strengthening the partnership with WSR so we can engage the homebound missionaries through their My Plan conferences. We'd like to promote the Launching Leader program there. And
Can I just interject here real quick? So, for some of the listeners who may not know, WSR is sort of a term that's used for welfare and self-reliance.
uh So yeah, so they're huge in the Philippines and they're geared to help our brothers and sisters become more self-reliant. And in the Philippines, they hold this My Plan conferences for recently returned missionaries to help them transition to the after mission life. And it's for a few days. I think, if I recall correctly, it's 3 or 4 days that they are there, and they are introduced to many resources. And recently, we have been talking to the area WSR manager for BYU Management Society to be a regular part of that program to share about our mentoring.
Wow.
So there,
I
and
have a question to ask about the My Plan. So, do you find in the Philippines that it's very hard for missionaries to come home off their missions? Is that why they're featuring a lot with the My Plan and trying to help them? I know that's been a problem in some other areas of the church too. Those of
Mm.
you who are non-members aren't listening. You know, these are the missionaries that are you might see in the white shirts and the badges and the ties that are around. Is it difficult for some of them to come home to their home
Oh yeah,
situations?
oh yeah, because of the economic challenges as well of many of our young people. So, and these young people want to retain their spirituality, but they are challenged. They face a lot of economic obstacles going home. Sometimes family situations are not ideal as well. Many of them come home to families where maybe they're the only member of the church in their family. Family situation is in disarray. So they're challenged, no? And they need people to guide them navigate that after mission life. And so the mentors are very important. And that's what the WSR, the church also recognized in the church. And through WSR, they started organizing this My Plan conference where they would invite mentors, successful people who have, gone through the same challenges. They struggled after their mission, but eventually found out a way to move forward. So it's
Right.
a great resource for the young young returned missionaries.
Well, I think, I think mentoring is so like important, right? I think it's such a important aspect of life in general. And I know
Mm-hmm.
recently the church has been talking more about mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know that Launching Leaders is one of the programs that you use too to help the missionaries. Is that right?
Oh yeah. Personally, that's what I realized. Although I encountered mentoring. I love self-development. But because of launching leaders, I became more conscious about the role of mentors in helping a person develop, achieve your goals in an accelerated way instead of you doing things on your own. And I think that's a culture that we have to also battle against. Because I guess culturally in the Philippines, people have a hard time, asking for help. So you kind of feel diminished when you are asking people for help. You feel that you're bothering them. So that may be one barrier that we have culturally. But in launching leaders, you become more conscious that if you want to improve, people are willing to mentor, and you just have to ask. So
And sometimes I think too, we as people, I know for me, as you, if you have to ask for help and admit that you have weaknesses, you maybe
mm,
feel a bit like you're a failure. And
mm,
I think there's part of that too, right? Besides
yes.
I imagine that, adds into it too.
So Filipinos want to have fun together. We're very social, but it's surprising that people don't really ask for help, when they need help. So hopefully by advocating for launching leaders, getting people more involved with it, they learn how to properly get mentoring. And of course, uh, there are skills as well that you need to develop to ask help from a mentor. So some
Mm,
people might have a misunderstanding also of what that means.
mm.
Should I ask for money, for help? So that's
Right, right.
what mentoring is about. You're asking
Right.
to be guided, right? So
Well, mentoring is not having the mentor do it for you.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So
That's,
that's part of the launching
and then the
leaders.
other thing was the young professionals. I think I'm quite excited about that program. So I know you guys are working on that too. How's that coming along?
Oh yeah, that's another thing that we're excited about, and that's an area that we will be working on with seminaries and institutes on. So we identified areas of interest that might be, um, strong areas of career prospects for our young people here in the Philippines. And we plan to create career groups focusing on those 6 or 7 areas, and then identify at least five mentors that can serve in those different areas, and then we'll introduce them in through working with seminaries and institutes and through boot camps as well. These people, we will use these people so that they can be introduced and give learning sessions, either through webinars or through regular events with the seminaries and institutes students. And hopefully, by having those, students can be introduced to these people. And they will feel more comfortable approaching them, asking for questions, and hopefully it will snowball.
Oh, great, great, great. And the boot camps we're quite excited about. And why don't you touch a bit upon the business plan competition, which I know you've been very much involved with me.
Mhm. Yeah. So, well, we are also working with the Academy for Creating Enterprise on that. We've had a strong link in the past in terms of having a pipeline of contestants for the BYU business plan competition. So hopefully we'll continue to have that strong partnership with the academy, and provide opportunities for their entrepreneurs as well to be exposed to a larger audience as they and a larger resource of mentors as well who serve as judges during the competitions. So,
So for those that have won, of course, or those that have participated, how have they felt? Those in the Philippines.
oh yeah, well, I'm very proud of, for example, Walk the Blocks. I remember when
Yes.
he started, maybe only had two food carts, and because of his exposure to the society, winning the prize money, that gave him both confidence as well as additional resources to expand his business. And I think maybe in less than 2 years, he was able to expand about 12 kiosks. I know also of another one of the sisters who participated, Valiant Friends. Her target, her niche is selling maternity goods, clothing,
Mm.
accessories or addressing the needs basically of young mothers. And she was able to use the winning to expand her sport. And I can see she's very active in social media, and I can see how well they have done so far. So
Wow.
yeah, so we hope to continue having those inspiring stories as they participate in the competitions.
So could you explain to our listeners a bit why maybe entrepreneurship is so important in many parts of the Philippines? Why it's such an essential part of the economy there?
Oh, that's very, very important because, well, you know, compensation wise, for Filipinos, the way out of poverty in traditionally has been to go work overseas. And 10% of the 10 or 12% of the gross national uh, income of the Philippines is coming from overseas workers. So, of course, in recent years, the freelancing community has grown. So people are offering their services to U.S., Australian,
Mm.
um, overseas businesses, and that has also provided a good income for Filipinos. That adds another 12-15% to the gross national income. So, but that by itself also is kind of an entrepreneurship endeavor. So, and if you look at the rural areas, there's really not much opportunity for uh, income, even if you completed your degree in school. And entrepreneurship provides a way. It provides a way for people to access better opportunities, better income, a better future for their families, create jobs for themselves where there are no jobs, uh,
Mm.
perhaps no good jobs available. And so, entrepreneurship is crucial for this family.
Wow, I didn't realize that it was only 10 or 15%. I would think that it would have been much higher for the for that so like the gig economy, but it's really very low actually for the
Oh
on
well,
the Philip. I
well,
mean, it's high because of the high percent, but I was I'm thinking that those who work overseas would have been a bit higher, but
It's grown. Those are the two major sources of income that's also helping the country keep afloat.
get afloat. Okay, okay. So,
Despite
do you
the
have any? So, what are your plans going forward? What are the plans for the BYU Management Society in the Philippines going forward? Do you have any plans, or how do you see the future for the Management Society there?
well, it's still quite young for the for the Philippines. The chapters are quite young, so we need to strengthen our leadership, get better engagement from our leaders so that they can also inspire other uh, members to come and join us. And so this year, our focus is also, apart from leadership training, is to strengthen our partnerships with key, key partners like SNI, WSR, the Academy, and BYU Pathway. So we've started talks with them so that we can perhaps create a coalition that will address in a unified way the needs of our young single adults. So I'm looking forward to formalizing those, having that formalized partnership and creating a framework to really help young single adults and recently returned missionaries become more self-reliant, achieve their potential, become better prepared for the world of work.
And we also can't forget our alumni that might be overseas that have come home to they're also part of that whole intricate.
Again, BYU Hawaii,
Yeah, BYU
hoping
Hawaii, which
I
has
missed
quite a
that.
few. Well, Philip, we really appreciate you and we appreciate your time. Those who are listening that may not know that this is a volunteer position. So it's volunteer for time. So we really appreciate. I know Philip's very busy, but appreciate his time and his willingness to help the BYU Management Society and help the rising generation. Because this really is about helping the rising generation. So, thank you so much, Philip, for your willingness to volunteer.
Thank you, Anita, for the opportunities as well. So I think you're the one and Chet who pulled me to this
You
organization.
can blame us. You can blame us. We're the ones that pulled them in. So
Yeah,
thank you all of you that are listening to us today. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me or to Philip. And if you're not yet part of the Management Society and you're in the Philippines, whether you're a member of our church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or not, we welcome you. We welcome everybody to join with us. We're an open organization. Any age, any person can join with us. And so we'd love to have you be part of us. Philip, do you have anything to say in closing or not?
well, we just want to invite everyone to come and join us and make a difference, learn leadership, and make a difference in your communities. Thank you. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.